Welcome in the sewing room. Are y'all ready for the big quilt reveal? This is the back. I'm not gonna let you see the front for a minute, but this is the back. Each piece is quilted with stars, or this one has got squares. And you'll see, when you see the front of the quilt, you'll understand the quilting behind it. The corners are not quilted. You'll figure that out in a minute too. The mister's happy with it, and that's all that matters. And I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. It was a labor of love for sure, as all handmade items are a labor of love. They are not to be sold. I don't think. I mean, some people make quilts and sell them. I don't. I put so much of myself into one that I might give it away, but I'm not going to sell it because I just feel like there's too much in it. Too much of me. I don't want to give that much of me away, if you know what I mean. The binding is just scrap pieces of all the fabrics, various and sundry fabrics that I used, as you can see, which I gave y'all a little sneak peek of all the fabrics before. But this will go Thursday night with the mister to his meeting, and they'll raffle it off and hopefully raise a lot of money. Raise more money than we have in it. That is my hope, because if it doesn't bring as much money as I've gotten materials, then it's kind of a wash. We should have just donated the money, and I could have been sewing other things for me, right? So anyway, that's a sneak peek. We're going to go outside and let the mister talk to you, and we're going to do the big reveal, and then he's going to talk to you about the quilt, and then I'm going to give you a little more details about the front side of the quilt, and that'll be all for this one. It's kind of just an update, a quickie. Tomorrow, well, it won't be tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is Quilt Fest, Mountain Quilt Fest in Pigeon Forge. I'm planning on going as of right now. Unless something drastic changes, I will be there around and about probably most of the day tomorrow. If you are there, come find me. I'll be in with the vendors and the quilts and whatever else, and never been, so I don't know what to tell you I'm going to be doing. But this is my next project. It's going to be these 3 fabrics. It's going to be something to wear, and it's not a dress. And that's all I'm telling you about that. But I'm going to get ready to start on that here just very, very shortly. I'm going to get my patterns traced off and get all of it cut out, and then we're going to make that. And so I will see you all outside. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, folks, you know things are bad on the channel once more when the mister's on here speaking. I wanted to comment once again about this beautiful quilt that Lynne's finally gotten done for our SAR raffle that we have every meeting. It went back with this. It all started, you may have seen the earlier video, if you remember anything about that. It all started because I got this crazy idea when I saw someone that had made a quilt. They were making a quilt that commemorated the 250th anniversary of our nation. And despite the fact this person put a lot of work in their quilt, and I'm sure they're very proud of it, and a lot of people love that quilt, to me it just looked a little drab, to be honest with you. It was kind of brownish, and it just looked old. And I'll tell you, it's you know, and it's not just because it's the colors of our nation, but you can't beat red, white, and blue. It's just they're just three beautiful colors that go together. And I told Lynn, I said, you know, I've got this quilt here, this picture of this quilt, and I said, you know what, you can do a whole lot better than this. I said, you can make a whole more beautiful quilt than this. And initially, I believe she thought that I wanted her to create some type of incredible masterpiece, like painting the Sistine Chapel or something like that. And I knew whatever she did would be wonderful, be beautiful, and done very well. And we went through some design things on this quilt, and initially, I think she thought I was wanting a lot more elaborate quilt than I was. But I was basically wanting something that was going to commemorate the 250th anniversary of this nation. And the thing I was really big on was having the America's 250 in the middle of it. There's several renditions of the America's 250 logo, but this is one we decided upon. And she went and picked out some beautiful fabrics to go with this quilt. And she ordered some of this stuff right here, like this here. She'll go into all the technicals, but that really has really added a lot to this. And I never understood when she talked about doing this, but these corners, she's got these pieces like this, and I didn't really realize how much that was really going to add to it when she got it together. But it's really beautiful. And I don't know whether it shows on camera or not, but this border right here, this is not pure white. It's a little bit off, and it's got a little pattern in it. And Lynn picked that out. She suggested that. Initially, I was thinking, well, you know, we might just go with something that's just plain white. But I realized now that if it had just been plain white, it would not have been anywhere near as pretty. So, you know, from a distance, this looks white, but when you get up on it, you can see the design in it, and it came out just right. And she decided to go with a frayed. We discussed making this a frayed quilt, or what do they call it?
Rag quilt.
Rag quilt, which I've not come up with $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever it is to get her a
long arm
quilter. So anyhow, we did the best we could. Like everything else, as I'm sure all of you know, this quilt came in over budget. But fortunately, I didn't have to pay to have anybody assemble it. But it's still, as all of you know, it's any type of quilting, any type of needlework and stuff is actually pretty expensive. But anyhow, that's just it. We said we come up, let's see, today's the June the 8th. So we're 26 days away from the anniversary of 250th anniversary of our nation. And as I said, this is going to go up for raffle in our Sons of the American Revolution group, and I hope we can get a lot of participation in that, and I hope it raises a lot of money, because it's worth it. But this is going to be a beautiful quilt. I think if I was to win, or I was to have it, or whatever else, I might just hang it on the wall. This is not something to me you'd want to put on the bed, at least not for me, or some people would. the way Lynne made it, you can fold it and like put it on the back of a couch right here and show the American 250. Or you can be like us and just decorate your gas grill with it. Makes an excellent gas grill cover. Could have made it a little bit bigger. It's kind of short in the back here to cover the grill. But, well, you know, you need to make this a little bit bigger if you're going to cover the gas grill with it. So, anyhow, so Lynne did a wonderful job. Very thankful for her doing this job. She's accused me of being a little bit testy over this quilt, and maybe I am, but, you know, stuff like this, very few things seem to get important to me, but sometimes stuff like this gets important to me. Just the fact I'm a new member to the SAR, and I don't want to take anything in that's going to look bad or anything else. But
well, we best just leave this at home.
No, Lynne's done an excellent job.
We better just leave this at home.
And this is a beautiful
I'm
quilt.
sitting here looking at a mistake that I don't know if anybody else will notice it, but it's slapping me big time.
Well,
there's two of them, and they are.
I know how that goes, and I'll tell you what. I built the back onto this house, the back addition onto this house several years ago, and I can see every flaw in it. A lot of people come in and talk about how pretty it is and how I did just a great job with it and whatever else, but I can't appreciate it because I see every single flaw in it. And I'm sure most of you are like that. When you create something, you see flaws in it that nobody else can see. And but none of us are perfect. I'm sure Michelangelo, he found problems in the center of the Sistine Chapel after he painted, and Da Vinci probably saw problems with the Mona Lisa. But anyhow, Lynne's done a great job. I'm very thankful for her doing this. And we're gonna have to give it up. We'll have to give it up for the cause of patriotism.
I don't know if they can see me if I stand back here. Barely, my head barely peeks over.
Yeah. Okay. But now I'm gonna butt out, and I'm gonna let Lynne tell you more about the technical sides of what she's done here, and her inspirations and all that stuff, and how difficult it is to work with a man like me. So, okay, folks, thanks for watching, and please like and share this video. Lynne needs subscribers.
I need subscribers and watchers, and I need everything. My channel's dying. I don't know why. I got to come back around to the front because y'all can't see me. I'm too short. I'm a little short girl. But all this in here is applique. I did every bit of this. I cut them out and I appliqued all this for the center. That was my first part that I did. I thought that was a red string, but it's not. It's there. And these pieces here, there are 8 of them, and this is from Riley Blake, Stars and Stripes Forever. This was a panel, and it came with 8 different squares. And I had to add a little bit around them to make them 10 inches. So I added about 1 inch, which is in my seam for the most part on these, but you can see right down here, it's not. You can still see the red here, but here it's in the seam. So just on the 4 corners, and then the pinwheels, I'm gonna do y'all this way so y'all can see. The pinwheels here, I did foundation paper pieced. And that's just so easy because you can get your points perfect. And then I quilted them. They're not quilted all the way through. The sides I put on as a quilt as you go, so I didn't have a ragged edge. And then I put a binding on it, and I sewed my binding to my backing first, and then I flipped it to the front. And then I sat for 2 nights and clipped all of these little seams in the middle. And don't ask me what some of these fabrics are, because you know what? I do not know. I just know that some of them came from, well, matter of fact, most of them came from the quilt shop in Jonesboro. And I don't know what came from where. Some of it I had in my stash. But most of it just came from Jonesboro. So, but like I said, then I sat and stitched around all of that and appliqued it down good. You know, I usually use a blanket stitch, but for this I thought the red applique satin stitch would be prettier. Plus it's a little more secure. There's another one of the corner pinwheels on the top. And see, there's the Stars and Stripes Forever. Trying to get y'all so you can see them all. There's the other one of the other corner pinwheels. I just did 4 of those. But that's it. I know y'all have been wanting to know about it. Several of you all have asked, commented on other videos. I'm going to try to sit down here so I can see you. Several of y'all have asked in other videos, updates. It's finished. I have been sewing on this nonstop for about a week and a half. And nothing else has been done. And it took me a day to clean my sewing space after I got this finished, because I would just cut and throw and cut and throw and cut and throw, and it looked like a red, white, and blue fabric bomb had totally exploded up there. And I've still got to run the vacuum. But it is finished. It's been washed and dried, and I've gotten my whole handfuls of lint that you get when you do one of these. It's got 2 layers of white flannel in the middle, and then the rest of it is 100% quilting cotton, front and back and all around. But that's just your basic rag quilt. It's nothing. They're just squares, just basic squares. I did have to, like I said, add some to some of those pieces that I bought. And but that's what it is, you all. There it is. It's finished. She is finished, completed. And now we're going to go on to lots more things. I've got some curtains to hem. I've got a chair to upholster. I've got some pants to make and a top to make, and sneakers to do. And I've got some new toys coming, probably a couple of weeks before they get here. I've got just lots and lots of things coming up. Yes, I do. So thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for being patient with me while I took the time off to make this. I don't know whether we'll get any more pictures of it with whoever wins it or not. That's a possibility that we might, but we'll see. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.